movies
with a bunch of minors sneak in.
Will you
genuinely,
pledge?
doesn't speak to the.
I will answer your question. Will you pledge right now to ban every married man from your OnlyFans? No. Fucking do it! Do it! OnlyFans should be banned and is a scourge on human civilization. Everyone's clapping for me.
Why are MAGA people so anti-porn? I really don't understand it.
I'm not anti-porn.
What's wrong with OnlyFans?
Oh, man. Should we? I wonder if we should let people respond to what I said before I go on like an hour-long.
Fair enough.
I can say something light, like you've got. It's fascinating. This media attacks young men who are listless and neats, as it were. But these young guys are addicted to a lot of things, causing them a lot of problems. Now, I don't blame OnlyFans for the plight they face, but a lot of these guys are sick and addicted, and it's dumping money into a system which is perpetuating it. So the issues with OnlyFans stem from the societal apocalyptic all the way up to the illicit business element, and I can get into all those things, but let's what do you guys think?
Well, I can start as the whore on retainer. I was kind of anti-porn my whole life, to be honest with you. Like, I had this vehement rule where I wouldn't even date a guy who watches porn because I see it as a form of infidelity. But my entire life as like a radical feminist and someone with that standard is every single person I met, whether it was a female friend, a partner, or anyone, said that's an unrealistic standard. Every single guy watches porn. You'll be hard pressed to find a single man who doesn't. It's meaningless. It's natural. And if you protest it, you're insecure, you're bitter, you have low self-esteem, right? And as a feminist, if you protested porn, you were also called like a litany of the same things. You were called prudish, you were called shrewd, you were called man-hating. Like, men were very eager to demarcate any type of porn and sex work as... Sorry, is my mic shitty? Or?
It sounds like your mic is on the fritz.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's good? Okay, it's good. You just gotta yell.
We can hear it perfectly on speakers.
Okay, I do have a response to you, but whenever you're...
Yeah, let me get on the soapbox for a little bit longer. So yeah, feminists and girlfriends were the ones who were the sole like protesters of porn. Prior to the advent of OnlyFans, women were much more likely to morally disapprove of porn than men ever were. And again, they were the ones who were to say, like, you need to go over it, it's meaningless. As soon as OnlyFans dropped, and now you have girls like me turning a 7-figure profit off of it, now you suddenly have guys completely changing their tone from saying it's meaningless and purely physical to now pretending like it's going to prompt the fall of the West, that it's, responsible for all these social ills. So I just like to start with that, and then so that'd be my first point. So
whether or not a group of people have come to the realization that OnlyFans is bad is not indicative of those who are. It's not a condemnation, or doesn't prove people wrong who are critical of that thing from the get-go. But what I do want to say is, man, a bunch of feminists got really mad at me because I said if sex work was work, then a Starbucks manager could require his barista to in the bathroom whenever he wanted. But everyone immediately goes, "Well, you can't do that. That's wrong." Well, I thought it was work. If you hire someone to make coffee, we got a great sponsor. It is Beam Dream. Head over to shopbeam.com, my friends, /Tim Pool, and pick up your Beam Dream, your nighttime sleep blend. Helps you sleep better. I drink this stuff every night. I swear by it. It is delicious. It's got melatonin, magnesium, L-theanine. It is fantastic. And right now, you will get their early Black Friday sale, 50% off. I really do think it's fantastic, and this is legit. I do drink it every single night. My sleep improved. I didn't even know it could improve, and now for the past several months, I've been having consistently good sleep, and you guys know that I recently had a baby, so that's pretty impressive. Good stuff, Beam Dream. You can tell them, take the garbage out. And they'll go, I'm not a garbage man or a janitor. I'm a barista.
By that logic, then massage work is work. It'd still be inappropriate for a boss to request a massage off on the clock, right? So, like, that's a shitty argument.
Not necessarily.
Really? It would be appropriate for a McDonald's worker to hire his employee to give him a massage in the back room?
This is the thing,
Or do you think massages should be illegal, too? Do you think that should be seen as not work?
There's a fine line. And massages actually have a very bad reputation
of leading into sex work,
of being sex working.
But that's not related to what I asked you, which is remove it leading to sex work. Do you think it'd be wrong for an employer to ask his employee to give him a massage in the back room on the clock? If not, then you should argue that the massage work isn't work by your logic.
So the point of sex work being work is women are arguing they have careers doing this thing that is clearly a lot of people have issues with. And not to say that it should be illegal. There's a lot of people, of course, on the right to think it shouldn't be allowed ever or whatever. The point is, sex work is not work in the way 99.9% of all tasks are work. And when you say sex work is work, the implication is it's no different than working at a bar. It is very different. And so is being a masseuse. Now, being a masseuse is substantially less at issue. However, there still is a bad reputation among massage parlors of being sex shops because it's a gradient. So I would not ask a bartender to be a masseuse, but guess what? You can hire a bartender and you can ask him to clean the bathroom. And he's going to be like, but well, someone's got to do it, and you work here, do it or don't. There's a big difference. And you wouldn't ask a lawyer to clean a bathroom either. But when people say sex workers work, they're trying to normalize it as if it's on par with every other job.
But I also, I do think it should be more of a protected category. Do think we should be more critical of sex work. I do think sex should be a protected category, and I think we should be more wary, for instance, of people being coerced into it as opposed to other types of jobs. So I agree with you there, but I don't think just because I would agree that it's inappropriate to, goad your employee to do it, that makes it not work, right? Same way, again, remove massages. I think that it'd be inappropriate to ask for like a foot rub or a pedicure from one of your workers, but I don't think we should now like mock the types of work that a lot of Asian women do in this country, which is giving pedicures and stuff like that.
Well, I want to say this. Wait, Tim, I want to say this. It doesn't matter about the classification of sex work. What does matter is, like, you sound like a hypocritical because you say that you don't want your significant other to look at porn, yet you make an OnlyFans. And then your argument is, oh, well, I can't stop it because every guy looks at porn. But what you do is much different than pornography because you have a parasocial relationship with your customer. So any man that subscribes to your channel is cheating. So you only facilitate more cheating. So for you to say, I don't want my guy to watch porn, it just makes you sound like the hypocritical that you are.
Oh. Right. I wasn't done with my argument. I wasn't saying that like.
We'll argue my point. Nobody cares about the last one. Nobody cares about the classification of your work. Like you show you work on a massage parlor. It doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that you are just so. I guess ingenuine in the fact that you admit you don't want the person.
No,
that you
I was
love
saying what changed my view about porn.
Yeah, but you said you don't want
I could talk about it longer.
You said you don't want your significant other to watch porn.
I was saying that my whole life I was vehemently anti-porn. My opinion on porn has changed over the years.
Now? Do you want your boyfriend to watch porn now?
While we're currently dating, no. Does that speak to morality?
No. Listen to this dumb right here. Yeah. She doesn't want her boyfriend to watch porn, yet every day she spreads her on the internet and makes porn. What a dumb, hypocritical right here. Mirror, look into it. Oh, I'm a dumb. I don't want my boyfriend to watch the same shit that I do for a living. It's making a bunch of relationships fail. So that's why she's bad and evil.
Okay,
I'm on her side now because Alex is so mean.
Yeah, Jesus. No, I love it, honestly. So two things.
She does love it. I know.
I do. So
you like to be humiliated. That's why you show your.
So my first thing would be that just because I'm a proponent of a type of institution that I wouldn't want my boyfriend to be on doesn't speak to the morality of it. Same way I could work.
Wait, time out. How does you not wanting your boyfriend to be on it not speak to the morality of it? What do you mean? Why don't you want your boyfriend to be on it? Because you think it's immoral, you dumb bitch.
You are
wake up.
No. Alex. Wait, no. Can I answer first?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so for instance, I could work at Bumble, I could work at Hinge, I could be working for dating apps. Would it be retarded for my boyfriend to say, oh, by that logic, I should have an active Hinge profile while we're dating?
No.
Difference?
You
Why
working
can't I
at a tech company is different than working at a porn company, and you're too stupid to understand the difference.
Alex,
can you actually address it, or you want to do your one trick over and over?
Okay. Every drug dealer knows you don't sample the product. Okay, you don't want. You know what happens in the gangs when one of the gang members starts doing the drugs they're selling? They fuck him.
Hold on, Alex. You think if a woman spreads her legs and shows her, they want to be humiliated? Maybe they just want to show their goods because they're hot and they know people like you will jerk off to them. That's why.
I want you to give me the reason for why it's hypocritical to say that like you could work for something and then still not. You know how many Muslims run liquor stores in this country and yet would be actively opposed to their family drinking?
Just because you own a liquor store doesn't mean you have to be an alcoholic.
But I'm saying, why is it hypocritical? I want you to actually say it.
Why is it hypocritical?
That actually is hypocritical.
No, I'll explain why. Because why don't you want your boyfriend to look at naked women?
For the same reason I'd be opposed to my boyfriend being on a dating app while we're drinking.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean I think we should ban Bumble, you dumbass. That's saying
you call me a dumbass and you're the hypocritical that makes your boyfriend a cuckold. Yeah, your boyfriend's a cuck while his girlfriend's online spreading her. So your boyfriend's a cuck, so he's
my
already...
My husband-to-be is much more successful than either of you on this panel.
I wouldn't even want to be that success if I have to share my wife with the damn internet. I mean, I don't want that success. I don't value that or view that as success.
Okay. But so let's get into why I think OnlyFans is bad. And another reason. You don't want your boyfriend watching porn while you're dating. Totally get it. And how many of the people are paying you are in relationships?
One study found that 89% of OnlyFans subscribers are married men.
So you are outright saying, fuck those men. It's what they're doing is bad, and I will supply them with an immoral thing because they pay me money.
I don't think the morality of the product speaks to the type of customer bases who uses it against their partner's wishes.
You don't want your boyfriend to do it, but you don't care if other people do it.
To me, it's as cowardly as the guy who blames cheating on like alcohol and saying like, it wasn't my fault, I was drunk. We love to blame we love to blame the mistress. At the end of the day, I'm not responsible. The people who make rated R movies, the people who make rated R movies aren't responsible ethically for the types of underage kids who sneak into them, right? So I'm not making it for married people. If they want to transgress the boundaries of their relationships and be adulterers, why does that speak to me? Does it speak to the person who makes horror movies with a bunch of minors sneak in?
Will you pledge?
Does it speak to the...
I will answer your question. Will you pledge right now to ban every married man from your OnlyFans? Fucking do it! Otherwise, you are a hypocrite and a liar.
Just call me hypocritical. It was more, say hypocritical.
You publicly say to everybody, people shouldn't do this, but I will sell them the fucking drug.
Do you think the people who come onto my OnlyFans are leading by saying, hi, this is this is who I'm a father to, this is who I'm married to? How the fuck would I know?
So what you do right now is you say on your OnlyFans, if you are married, unfucking subscribe right now because it's immoral and you're wrong.
I dedicate my entire social media platform to telling men to stop cheating on their wives, to stop watching porn while they're in a relationship. So yes, I make it very clear that clearly this is not a place to come on.
You'll take their money.
That's an oxymoron.
89%.
Wait, yeah. How can you not see that it's an oxymoron, the fact that you basically are against porn in a relationship, yet you know that the majority of your customers are in a marriage, not even dating, but
so should
married.
I be against Bumble because a lot of married men keep active profiles to cheat on their wives? Should I be against bars because a lot of adultery and infidelity takes place?
You are the manufacturer
of not equivalent, so it doesn't matter.
Bumble is a dating site where two people can link up. You are a principal creator of porn.
Do you know how many people on dating apps are in relationships? Did you know 58% of women have been cheated on? Should we ban Bumble? Should we ban
product?
Oh, should we ban women in the workforce because you're more likely to be with a coworker? Sorry, wrong crowd. Should we ban women in the workforce? Should we ban women from leaving their houses?
What?
Should we ban women in burqas? Should we ban women from? Should we ban people from having dating profile apps? Or are you going to admit that you have a double standard about women who do sex work and all the other venues in which men cheat on their wives routinely and consistently?
Let me try and say this.
Now I know why she sells her for a living. She's
Let me
dumb
say
as
this
shit.
slowly. Whether or not someone uses a social media app is not the same as you selling porn to married men knowingly.
How is it knowingly?
You told me 89% of the people who subscribe are married.
Yeah, a survey found that that's the percent.
So you should be like, OnlyFans is bad.
So if Bumble had the gall to put out a stat that said that 50% of these profiles are ran by people in relationships,
would you be Bumble.
Then you shut the fuck up. Then you shut the fuck up. If a Bumble and Hinge and Tinder put out a stat that said that over 50% of the men on these apps are men who are already in relationships, would you be a proponent of banning those sites? And if not, please explain why.
If the CEO of Bumble came out and said...
It doesn't have to be the CEO. It wasn't the CEO of OnlyFans who put out that survey. That was just a study they did.
Okay, let's try this again.
So keep it analogous. If it was a survey that was found...
Do you make porn for money?
For money?
Yes.
I make money off it, yeah.
You make porn and sell it for money.
Yeah.
Okay, on Bumble, is the woman looking for a date selling access to her profile to guys for dates? Is she selling dates to men for money?
They're both in a dating marketplace. I don't know what your point is.
Let's try this very slowly. The difference between the two apps are that you are selling porn.
It's okay to indulge adultery if you're doing it for free. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying
my question to you.
CEO of
I'm not talking about the CEO.
who is selling a dating dating
survey,
product.
if they did
A dating product. Let's try this again. You are selling a product. The analogy would be, or it would be congruent with the person making a dating product to make money off of it.
No. You were saying one of the reasons that OnlyFans is unethical was because of what I just said, which is that a lot of the men on there are actually married, right? So I'm saying to you, if any of these dating apps were to find that most of the customers on there are most of the people who
you made
have
your point now 4
profiles.
times, and I understand what you are saying.
No, but then you keep changing it, being like, well, if the CEO and all this money. I'm saying,
let's try this again.
should Bumble be banned if most of the people with
I understand
profiles?
you've asked
So
the same
answer it.
thing
Stop changing
and lack the cognitive capabilities to understand. But let me try it very slowly. There is a platform called OnlyFans. Please don't interrupt me.
How about you hold my mic and slow?
There's a platform called OnlyFans.
I was saying.
You. Pause. You are selling a product as the publisher of content.
Myron just got turned on.
As a business where you say you are selling knowingly to men who are doing something immoral. Now, Bumble has random people meet each other, and they may be doing things that are immoral. You, as the seller of a product, are more analogous to the company itself making a dating product. So there's 2 individuals producing a product for immoral behavior. If the CEO or executive or board or whatever of Bumble came out and said, adultery is wrong and we don't want it on our platform, but we're going to make tons of money off of it, I would call them hypocrites too.